On, including the junior senator from the great state of Ohio, Senator John Husted, who's busy in Washington, not too busy, with the government shutdown. Senator, I saw you a week ago presiding in the Senate, and I felt particularly proud. You were trying to get the government shutdown to conclude, but the Democrats won't do that. Before we talk about the government shutdown, what is your perception of what's happening now in the city of Cincinnati, and what role, if any, can the state and or the feds play in bringing peace to River City?
Well, Bill, it's great to be with you. It's an unfortunate thing because I always say this about cities. Your number one job when you're the mayor, the chief of police, the city council is protect people and their property. If you fail to do that, you fail to do that fundamental thing, then people will not visit your city. People will not invest there. People will leave. Businesses will move out of your downtown, your area. And it's harming, and it harms the people of your city the most because not only does it make them unsafe, but it also it economically weakens your city. And the only, you tell me what the explanation is to this, but why wouldn't you have police there all the time, overtime, showing the presence and basically saying, no, a heart of our central business district, entertainment district, it will be safe. We invite the world to come to Cincinnati because it's the safest city. Instead, it's becoming a very dangerous city. Senator,
the cause and effect. P&G is grossly expanding its footprint in Mason. They're getting prepared to downsize their facilities. Macy's has moved out. It's now going to try to become apartment buildings. Most of the large businesses in Cincinnati have their own police department because they can't trust the city. I am told the chief of police, Thigi, is about to become the fall guy. She's about to get a copy of the home game because the mayor's policies don't work. The mayor did a big news conference. I'm not sure you were there, but the governor was there. The FBI was there. The Department of Treasury was there. The U.S. Marshal was there. County prosecutor was there. County sheriff was there. Accepting state help that never arrived because the mayor and Cheryl Long, the city manager, never triggered it by requesting it. And we look at the memorandum of understanding, it involved 2 shifts a month having the state involved. And now, after yesterday's news conference, it appears the city, they finally have said to the county and to the state, we need help, get it done. We can't fix the roads. We have potholes everywhere. Bridges are falling down. And the police force does not listen greatly to the chief of police or to the mayor or to the city manager. That's another complete different issue. We have car break-ins. We have more than 20,000 shots fired every year rattling around Cincinnati. We're going to have about 400 people shot. We're going to have about 100 people murdered. We're going to have about 2,000 cars stolen and about 15,000 car break-ins. And Senator, Cincinnati is like 7 miles by 8 miles. It's small. The public school system has 46% of the children are chronically absent. And if you're a black boy, you're chronically absent 71% of the time. On top of all this, we have 2,000 kids in foster care. We have a complete meltdown of the institutions, and corporate America is voting with their moving truck to get out of downtown Cincinnati. What role, if any, could the National Guard play? I know that was a topic in the mayor debate, and you're kind of in charge of that in a sense. What role does the National Guard play to bring order to our city?
Well, Bill, look, you needn't look very far away. Cleveland, Ohio, the governor just sent a special violent crime reduction unit to Cleveland with the Highway Patrol, and in one weekend, they captured 8 felony arrests, 6 illegal firearms recovered. Okay, and they captured a guy who was part of a mass shooting last year. Okay, and like literally, this was in one weekend when the city of Cleveland finally relented and said, hey, we're going to accept help from the Highway Patrol. The governor sent them in, and they captured all of these people who've been terrorizing the community. You can do the same thing in Cincinnati. It's just that you need to have a mayor and a chief of police who are willing to let it happen. You can do this with law enforcement. The challenge for the National Guard is that they don't have the ability to arrest people. They can protect, they can create a presence, but they don't have They don't have law enforcement powers. That's why sending in the highway patrol is a better way to do it, because they can arrest people, they can coordinate with law enforcement, and they can clean up the streets. But you've got to have local leaders who will do this.
Didn't happen. We had this big news conference a month ago. It didn't happen. Had another one yesterday in which our chief of police looked in the camera and told her officers in uniform what to do. She didn't tell them. She told the news media, and she says, if you're committing crime in Cincinnati, we will confront you. We will confront you. And I'm thinking, confront me?
Confront you.
I want someone to be arrested. We have found...
we will arrest you and prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law and get you off of our streets and protect the public and protect businesses and do the things that we need to keep people safe. That's what she needs to say.
No, we're going to confront you. And I have, the county coroner last week,
Bill, maybe they could admonish them too. While they're at it.
You're gonna get time out in the corner. I mean, come on. She says we will confront you. And if I'm a gangbanger with guns and I'm selling drugs, breaking into cars, and God knows burglarizing, I have the chief of police who looks like she belongs in a can of Dutch Boy paint, who's telling me I'm going to confront you. It's like, confront. We have open-air drug use, marijuana frequently being smoked, and I hope the president doesn't do much with that, by the way, because it's gone into the children. We have open-air drug markets. We have homeless encampments. We have car break-ins. We have people getting shot on Fountain Square, and the chief of police says you will be confronted. What? All right, you got me now. All right, I'm good now. I'm good. I'm good.
Bill, I talked to some Cincinnati police officers recently, and I asked them this question. I said, look, what happens when you arrest people? Because it's more than just it's more than just the law enforcement.
Yes.
And then you send them to court. Are they putting them away? Are they taking the criminals off the street and putting them in jail? And one officer told me a story that there's a gas station, a corner where there's constantly fights, there's constantly drug deals going on.
Yeah.
They arrest them, they take them to jail, and in less than 24 hours they're back on the streets. So the criminals know that you develop a culture in your city based on whether you're tough on crime or you're weak on crime. And once the criminals know that there are no consequences for committing crimes, guess what? They commit the crimes. And that's the culture that's being developed that needs to be addressed.
The Shell station on Central Parkway is the site of massive drug sales captured on video on a daily basis, and there are no arrests. When I talk to Ken Kober of the FOP, they tell me we have the indirect message not to arrest people unless it's required, because Scotty Johnson and others on city council don't want to go hands-on with someone. If you go hands-on, you might have an incident. You might have a warrant. You might find out he's got a gun. We don't pull people over for speeding, reckless operation, because we have speed bumps. The speed bumps take the place. Cue the speed bumps, because the city council doesn't want police to pull somebody over, run their warrants. Okay, you don't have a license, you don't have insurance, your car's not registered, got guns here. They don't want that to happen. So we have speed bumps instead of cops. And on that point, about an hour ago, I had on Judge Josh Berkowitz, who's the presiding judge of Hamilton County Municipal Court. He put the cheese on the cracker. He said, half the judges in my court believe in restorative justice. So I say to him, okay, I think I know what is restorative justice if you're a judge. That the fact is it needs to restore justice to the criminal, many times the so-called black community. The great majority of black kids have nothing to do with crime, but the face in Cincinnati is a black male face. And so if you come out of the restorative justice movement, you believe in no cash bonds, and you believe that putting a kid in jail for that child is worse than the victim penalty inflicted upon the victim. We have a juvenile court judge, Carrie Bloom, who's given talks on this subject, in which she says in juvenile court, I do not want to put black kids in jail. It's reparations. It's about slavery. It's about affirmative action. It's about DEI. I don't want to put black kids in jail. And she's, by the way, a white female, but nonetheless, she says half the judges in Hamilton County do not sentence anyone to jail. We have another good judge, a friend of mine, Allison Hathaway, who released some 18-and-a-half-year-old on a gun charge. She reduced it, and then 6 weeks later, he kills a 16-year-old on OTR on her watch. and now that kid's going to face life imprisonment. So what do you do, Senator, if half the judges or more in Hamilton County do not want to sentence anybody to jail and don't want to lock them up? They want them all on the streets. What do you say about that one?
They got to vote them out. That's what you got to do with people to do that. Bill, this is pretty simple. It's not the people. We've got to start empathizing with the victims and not the criminals. Okay, the victims of these crimes are in many cases people who live in the city. They're typically not visitors. They're people who call Cincinnati home, and you're not protecting the innocent people of Cincinnati from the criminals in Cincinnati. And it doesn't take much. You start arresting people for committing crimes and putting them in jail, and that will send a message to other criminals: do not do this. It will act as a deterrent. But right now, if you send the message that if you commit a crime, there will be no consequences, that is an incentive. That is basically saying, go ahead and commit crimes in Cincinnati. I wish admonishment and stern warnings were enough in the world, but they're not.
Confrontations. Okay? We're going to confront you. We're going to confront you.
Consequences, accountability. And that means that every once in a while somebody is unfortunately going to go to jail and going to go to prison. But that sends the message that behavior will not be tolerated. It becomes a community standard in which people follow it. Community standards are set by your leadership in the law enforcement and your judges. And if they don't set a community standard that crime will not be tolerated, then they will set a community standard by default that crime will be tolerated.
Before we talk about the government shutdown, two different judges have told me that Avted Piraval, the mayor, at these endorsement opportunities for their Democratic liberal judges, would always ask the question, do you believe in restorative justice? Do you believe in no cash bonds? And do you believe in treatment in lieu of incarceration? Unless the judges answer, I believe in all those things, Avted Piraval and the Hamilton County Democratic Party, you will not get the endorsement. And so on the bench now, we have restorative justice, 30 and 40-year-old, largely females, who came out of the movement of jails are a waste of time, that jails hurt inmates more than they assist, and that we believe in restorative justice, and therefore we won't send people to jail. And the Hamilton County, right now, Senator, Hamilton County is teetering to becoming Chicago.
Bill, restorative justice, that's a nice thing to say, but you know where you restore justice? You get people off the streets, you give justice to the victims, okay, first of all. And you know what we do in our prisons? We give people a chance to rehabilitate themselves. It's a Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections, and once you're in prison, you can go still earn credentials to get a job. You can do all of these things while you're in prison, but you're off the streets keeping people safe when that's happening. That's how you restore somebody. You say there's a consequence if you don't behave. We'll give you a chance when you get out of here to go to work because we're going to help you get a job skill, but you're not going to be committing crimes on our street and making and we're going to protect the victims. We're going to protect the standard of what it means. That's the way you do restorative justice.
And ultimately, Senator, we have the government we deserve, and we don't deserve. If you keep voting for the same individuals, anticipating a different result, nothing's going to change. We have about a minute remaining. Can you give us an update on the government shutdown, which Chuck Schumer demands to occur? It's happening. Republicans say a clean CR. Democrats want $1.5 trillion or more spending. Give us an update on the shutdown.
The Schumer shutdown continues. We're going to vote again today. This will be the 9th time that I will have voted to keep the government open, clean CR, keep funding at the current levels. But Chuck Schumer, he really exposed himself last week, literally, in the sense that he said, well, every day that the government shutdown goes on, it's better for us, meaning Democrats. Well, you know what? That really exposes his motivation, because it's really about politics to him. It's not the American people. It's not about whether our military get paid. It's not whether our air traffic controllers get paid. It's not whether our first responders get paid. It's whether Chuck Schumer can score political points and keep his job because he's scared of AOC running against him in a primary in New York. And so we're being run by the radical left here in this nation right now, because it requires 60 votes in the U.S. Senate to get the government back open. We've had 3 Democrats vote with us. We just need 5 more, but we will not relent. We're not going to give in to him wanting to fund health care for illegal immigrants. We're not going to give in to his massive spending proposals. We're going to do this the right way. We're going to remain strong.
As long as it takes, but I hope things change in Cincinnati. We have an election in 2.5 weeks, and if you don't change direction, you'll get more of the same. Senator John,
go ahead. This is Bill. Just quickly, if you don't protect people and their property, they're going to leave. They're going to leave Cincinnati. Businesses will leave. People won't come to use your restaurants, and you got to restore public order and protect the people of Cincinnati.
You know, Senator Avted Piraval gives mouth service to that. He always talks my job 1, 2, and 3 is public safety. And if that's his job 1, 2, and 3, he needs to be unemployed. So, Senator John Husted, give my best to everyone in Washington, and thanks for coming on the Bill Cunningham Show. Thank you, John. Senator.